Yo, what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Third, Anchor will also distribute for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Then you can also make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Later.
Welcome to the Lion's Den with Seth, a podcast where progressive men and women can learn and teach each other the ways of the land. The Lion's Den is where royalty comes to council. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Seth.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Boy, I missed y'all. I promise you I did. Yo, just give you a little bit about where I've been. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on meds, knocked out. For some strange reason, at the age of 40, I decided to get my wisdom teeth taken out. All four at one time. So I'm still kind of out of it a little bit. You see it's a little chunky on my face, but nevertheless, I love the fact that y'all are here. Welcome to another episode of the Lion's Den. We're going to have a great show, y'all. Hey, if y'all have kids, I'm going to say from the age of 10 on up to the ones that just need to get the hell on out the house, this is a show for them. We're going to be talking about money, right? And this is a way for them to, learn how to not just make money, but have their money work for them. All right. And it's key. But before we go into that, I also want to give y'all a little bit of information about Roar. Last week, the team held it down for me. Thank y'all again, Will and Herm. Y'all held it down in Foots. Y'all held it down for me. But they talked a little bit about Roar. All right. And if you guys aren't familiar with Roar, be real quick. Roar is a subcategory and a subgroup of the Lion's Den. It's the Lions Roar, and it's an acronym. Okay, the acronym stands for Racial Obstruction and Recovery. Keep that in mind. Just let that sink in for a minute. I'm saying one more time. Racial Obstruction and Recovery. We got to do it. We have to do it. A little bit more about that. We're going to make sure that we post that on Foots is going to make sure you get that information so you can click on the link and see what we're all about. But like we always do about this time, we go around and we talk to the crew. Will, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, I'm feeling good. Thinking about my brothers, my brother Larry downrange doing this thing in Afghanistan. And also my man Herm, he's not going to be on today. I think he really looked at the future of all Tennessee teams and it made him sick to his stomach and he won't be available for the day. But hey, shouts out to you, Herm. Other than that, what's going on, Dan? Expect this to be a great show. Education. Grab your kids, your neighbors' kids, your mentees, all that good stuff. Sit them down and help them hear this young man speak. Definitely important to know about financial literacy, so on and so forth. But hey, this guy will not disappoint. I promise you. Thanks for being here.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So again, with Herm, boy, that dude, look, Herm been holding it down for a while, and so he got the heebie-jeebies, whatever, for taking a little trip. But hey, y'all think about him and everything, and yeah, he's doing well. Hopefully he does well. And also Larry, my man's, like he said, getting it in. And not Larry, but Foots, he's holding it down for us as well. Now, if you guys are watching this right now, make sure you share it. Share. My son is watching. Thank you, young man. This is for you, baby. But this is dope. This is going to be a real good show. I want to welcome, for the first time on the Lions Den. Now we ain't gonna bite them too hard, but we gonna get them some, right? For the first time on the Lions Den, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Christian The Truth Jones. Yeah. All right.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. Look at that boy. Look at that baby face. Look at you, boy. How old are you one more time?
I'm 13 years old in the 8th grade.
13 years old in 8th grade, man. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. So before we get too deep into it, tell me why you are the truth.
I'm the truth because my mission is to help my community. And what I mean by help my community, I mean physically, financially, and especially mentally. Because I know a lot of us are still in that mental space, in that institutionalized mental space. And a lot of us still have that, what I call the 40-40 plan belief system. So what is the 40-40 plan? The 40-40 plan is where you work for 40 years or 40 hours a week, and you work for 40 years, and you are on the same job. You might get a promotion every now and then. You're not really taking any vacations, and you're not really enjoying life. And then you retire at maybe 60, 70 years old, having barely just enough money. You're not really retiring, and you're not really happy. So my belief is to get my people out of that mindset of you need to go to college. You need to have good grades. You need to be successful. You need to go to college to be successful. You need to get a job to be successful, which I know is obviously not true because the only certificate that I got is a birth certificate. So like I said, my whole mission is to get us as Black people out of that mental space and out of those ideals of you have to do this and you have to do that, because the truth is it's not about having good grades or going to college or doing any of that. The truth is to monetize your gift. You have to be able to
say that one more time. Wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time on the Lions Den, hopefully you understand we speak nothing but the truth, and we happen to have the truth on, which is good. But say that one more time, what you just said.
I said the truth is that you have to monetize your gift. You have to use something that God has already given you and turn it into profit. I know my gift is speaking and teaching people about the stock market, and also investing and trading in the stock market. Also, real quick, I know I said investing and trading. Now, I know a lot of people have heard about investing, but not so many people have probably heard about trading. So what is trading? Trading allows you to make money whether the stock market goes up or down, using these things called options. So what's the difference between stocks and options? Options, unlike stocks, they have an expiration date. They're temporary. It's like the difference between buying a house and renting a house or leasing a property. So options are temporary. And the thing is, options, like I said, you can make money when the stock market goes up or down using a call option, which allows you to make money when the stock market goes up, and using a put option, which allows you to make money when the stock market goes down. Dope.
So first of all, I want to make sure that we give a shout out to the pride. What's going on, Miss Fran? Hey, you got a young lady say, "Oh, ain't he cute? Look at your boy. Look at that baby face." Okay. Hey, and someone actually said, "Who's raising him?" Shout out to your mama, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it is. You know, hey, man, tell me, how do you feel being 13 years old? Because we talked about this a little bit before about being precocious, right? Being 13 years old and not being able to have those conversations with other 13-year-olds, right? Because when I was 13, I don't know about you, Will, but when I was 13, the things I was talking about was so far out of line. Last thing I was thinking about was money. Well, a little bit of money, but a little bit of honey. Your mom will tell you about that later. But how do you flip, You get what I'm saying? As far as having friends, but also having the right conversations with individuals. How do you do that?
I would say the way I would transition or flip is, well, normally when I'm talking to my friends or my peers that are the same age, we're normally talking about something that we can relate to, similar to, like I play sports. So we're either talking about boxing, video games, talking about fights, we're talking about football, we're talking about things that we can all relate to. However, when I'm maybe at a conference or I'm talking to another trader or investor, well, then I'm talking to things they can relate with, which is, well, investing, business, and money. So that's how I kind of flip and transition. And I also kind of see it this way, as well as having two alter egos.
Wait a minute. Say what? So you are 13 years old talking about you have two alter egos. So one is the truth and who's the other one?
Kristen.
Okay, go ahead. Lay it on me. Tell me who Kristen is.
So Kristen is just a 13-year-old who likes to play football, who boxes part-time, likes to ride his bike and just hang out with his friends and have fun. Then the truth, who you're talking to right now, likes to do interviews, likes to see how we can grow, likes how we can help his community, and really likes to learn and, like I said, grow and see how we can benefit and allow people to be able to really help themselves. It's like teaching a man how to fish.
Awesome.
My thing is that the truth, my thing is not more so helping people financially by just giving them things, but more so seeing how they can help themselves, and by learning the skills they need in order to help themselves, and by learning those skills that they need, they can continue to pass on those skills to the next generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you are digesting what this young man is saying right now. 13 years old. Okay? 13 years old. And I promise you, I'm glad that you're on. The reason why I made sure my son was on, because he's the same age, right? His birthday's coming up. However, this is the stuff I'd be trying to talk to him about. Like, yo, it's kind of hard when your daddy a hustler. And what? Not that type of hustler. This ain't the 80s. But I'm talking about when you see how money works. It's like, yo, you got to get it. It's kind of hard having these conversations with a 13-year-old when they just want to look fly. They just want phones. They want shoes. They just want that. So I'm glad that you're on, and individuals that's watching this, they can appreciate you. What you got, Will?
Christian, it's amazing to hear you talk at the age of 13 in this mannerism, right? But go back. When did you start to develop this thought process? What kind of things were happening in your household or things that you were involved with to kind of put you where you are today?
I would say the whole thing that even got me to this point where I am now, even just with the mindset and business overall, I would say it has to go with, back to my first product, which was actually my book, which I call The Win Within. And the reason I even came up with that concept was because of football, funny. And the reason I say it's because of football is because at the time I was around, 8 years old. And I was in second grade. And at the time it was my first year tackle football. And I was getting bullied on the football field by my teammates. So at that age, I kind of knew what was going on, kind of didn't. But I remember one day I was at school and I got my work done early. So I had a lot of time on my hands. So I was sitting there, I had my pencil and I had a piece of paper. And I don't know why I did this, but I decided to just write down all my thoughts, all my feelings, everything that I was going through at the time. And I remember when I got home, I told my mom I wrote a book. She asked me at 8 years old if I wanted to get it published. No idea what that meant, but I thought I could make some money. So I said yes anyway, not knowing what I was getting myself into. So we went through the whole publishing process. That took about 3 to 4 months, and then we finally had the finished products. Now, after we had the finished products, like I said, I still had no idea what I was getting myself into. Unbeknownst to me, for some reason, I didn't know I actually had to go sell it. I thought I had this book and someone give me money because I have my book. So I remember the first time I actually ended up selling my book was on a Thursday. What was it? Like Thursday at like 6 p.m. Because I remember we had a football game on Saturday, and we was gonna go get my haircut. It was at my barbershop. And I remember me and my mom were driving to the barbershop, and then when we pulled up, I got out the car, I opened her door, and I put my hand out for $20 in order to pay for my haircut. Instead of handing me $20, unbeknownst to me, she had brought my books along with us. So instead of handing me the $20, she handed me this big old box of my books.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was playing. I thought she was just trying to be funny.
No, bro, let me tell you, what your mama's a hustler. You get to what I'm saying? She was trying to show you what your currency was. Can you dig it? That was good. Oh, man, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I remember she had this big old box of books. She handed me and told me to go sell them, and that I can't come out the barbershop until I sell them, and she won't be giving me any money. So I know I had to go sell these books. I remember walked up to the door. It was a little crowded. So I walk in the barbershop. I got this big old box of books in my hand. I go sit down. I'm just thinking about how in the world I'm supposed to do this. And as I'm thinking, before I even know, it's my turn to get my haircut. So I walk up to the chair. I get in the chair. He's cutting my hair, and I'm still thinking on how in the world I'm supposed to do this. And as I'm thinking all these negative thoughts because I don't know how to sell. I'm 8 years old. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I know I can't leave the barbershop and go out and ask for money. So I'm thinking, and I know eventually I have to do this. So when he finished up my haircut, I get out the chair. I walk over to my books. I grabbed one of them. I walked over back to him, and barely in some unknown language, I asked him basically, will he buy my book? And surprisingly, he said yes. And when he said yes, that just blew away, every emotion or negative emotion that I was feeling. And that was how I made my first sale. After making this first sale, I actually went on to continue selling my book and actually ended up making over $5,000 in less than 90 days. And these are the type of situations where it really got me to this point where I am in my life that allowed me to face fear in the face and be able to get where I am now because my mom was willing to see where we could go with this. She was willing to invest in me, and she was willing to invest in my mindset. So to answer your question, Mr. Will, I would say the reason I even got to this certain amount, not certain amount, but this certain mindset is because of my mom, that she was willing to invest into it.
You know, that's dope, man. That's dope. And you know what? Your mother see and saw something in you that you didn't see. You get what I mean? I remember, and I tell people this story all the time, but I remember my mother dropping me off in Detroit. That's where I'm originally from. Dropping me off in Detroit, and just gave me money because it was my allowance, right? She was like, "All right, now find your way home." I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "There's the buses. Find your way home, bro." I was younger than you. I was mad. I was scared. I was crying. I was hurt. I said, "I'm gonna run away from home." How am I running away from home? I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about? So just young and ignorant. But the thing is, it took, let me see, she gave me $25. I had maybe $2 left after really finding my way back home because I did not know. But do you know, when I realized where I was afterwards, I was less than 2 miles away. You see? So with that being said, we think it's so frightening, right? But your mother knew. She knew what you had, right? Knew who you were, but you had to see it. You feel me? And would you say 90 days later, $5,000?
Yes, sir.
See? That's dope. That's dope, man. Congratulations to you and your mother, man. And everyone that's out there listening right now, welcome to the Lion's Den. But this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. We have to be able to put that faith in our children, right? We have to, but we also have to give them the tools to make the right decisions, right? You just can't throw them out there and be like, "Hey, all right, you don't know how to swim. make a way, boom, you're in the water. No, that's not it. Give them everything they need here, but also know who they are so that they can make those choices, right? So congratulations to you. So, hey, before we go on to the next question, you ever been, what's your favorite food, brother?
I have to say spaghetti.
Spaghetti? What kind of spaghetti? Yeah. Your mama's spaghetti?
Yeah, just some marinara sauce, some noodles with some cheese. Eat that all day.
All right, well, listen. Tomorrow, what I want you to do is ask your mama to take you to Kevlar's Grill. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about Kevlar's Grill. If you don't know, now you know. Here at Scott Air Force Base, outside the back gate, that's a restaurant, man. They sponsor the Lions Den. They have been doing this for a long time, and they do great things there, man. There's a bunch of brothers that cook good, but they also do things for a good cause. As you can tell, they do the gratitude box. That's when you can purchase food for first responders, fire department, nurses, and all of that, right? It's great. Their menus is awesome. So you like spaghetti. They got spaghetti, but they also got chicken, shrimps, look, the burgers, turkey burgers, salmon, right? Hey, and chicken and waffles. You had chicken and waffles?
Yep.
There you go. But you ain't had none at Kevlar, so I want you to come down here so you can see what it is, right? But they do have Grubhub, and they have obviously delivery. But and dine in now, based off of everything that's going on, have to go outside and eat. But the food is still awesome. So, like I said, they're located outside the Scott Air Force Base, inside the VFW, post 4183, and the number 618. You see it right here, 618-416-5700. Okay, that's Kevlar's Grill. But now, I know you're in the stocks and everything. We're going to talk about that, but you know what people do? You know sneakerheads out there?
Yeah, I know a couple.
Are you one? You might be one since you're making that money. Well, look, this is what I want you to do. Since you're on Instagram, you go there. I want you to follow Upper Soles, right? And take some of that money and get some of these retros, get some of them Yeezys, all right? This young man around your age, actually, he has his own online store. And based off of the COVID and everything, he has to move solely online. So this is a way that he's still connecting with individuals. He will go to different trade shows and everything. But Upper Soles, ladies and gentlemen, have all your retro kicks, okay? You get them while you can. And he changed up this his menu, not his menu, but the photos weekly. Check them out. Make sure you go and like them, follow them, all right? It takes only 2 seconds to go there, boom, and follow them. That's Upper Soles, UPPERSOLEZ. All right, Upper Soles. Make sure y'all check them on out. So, man, the truth. So tell me about how you can teach an individual your age and someone as old as Will, right? How to do the stock exchange, right? How can you put that in the same messaging to help someone else?
I just the way I put it in my course is I make sure to oversimplify it, because I know even a mentor of mine, he says that, well, I want to say kids, but people under the age of 18 tend to be better traders and investors than adults. Now, why is that? He says it's because adults tend to overthink, overcomplicate, and have that fear of losing money.
Yep, risk averse. Yeah.
Whereas most of us, the value of money hasn't been fully established as much.
Oh, that's good. So Herm, he's online. He asked the question. He says, what is the key to trading stocks? Like, what are some of the things that you consider is the key?
What do you mean by as far as the key? Do you mean like understanding when it comes to learning?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you, okay, when it comes to learning how to trade and learning the terminology, how to actually do it, it's really simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember even a lot of people, especially maybe you go on YouTube or other platforms or try to watch it, or not watch it, but read articles. A lot of people tend to overcomplicate even just trading, because it's actually really simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's very basic. Like, it's to the point I've had other 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds learn how to do it. Like I said, a lot of adults tend to overthink and overcomplicate things. And I remember one time, me and my mom, we were watching a video about options. Now, we already know options. No idea what he's talking about. So he was overcomplicating something that we already know. So I make sure that I break it down, oversimplify it to the point that 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds can understand it. And of course, if they can understand it, and I'm using terms that not only they can relate to, but adults can relate to as well. Well, of course, you guys should be able to relate.
See, hold on. You talking about old people, ain't you? Ain't you?
They should be able to relate, right?
They should. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So, man, so what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, yes, he does have a book, and we're going to make sure we put it in the comments and on the page, man, because we want to support you, man. Seriously, you're doing some very, very, very dope things. Tell us about the course exactly. So how can individuals find that course, and what do you teach, essentially, and how long is it?
All right, so actually, I got a couple of courses. I got one course. I call it Stocks 101.
Okay.
And in that course, I show you how to not only invest in the stock market, but how to find those companies in order to invest. Because I know you might know what budget to push and know all the terminologies, but you still don't know what company to actually invest in. So I help you break down the process on how to find those great companies, how to open up your brokerage account, and the tools you need for just the basics of investing. So that one is called Stocks 101. Then I have another course, which is actually based off my Juneteenth special. What's it, the 28th? I finished last week. And in that one, it's kind of like a condensed version of my premium or master class. In that class course, I show you how to not only trade options, but also how to invest in as well. So you learn how to option trade and you learn, investing. And then you have my master course, or the Truth Success Series. And in this course, you get everything you learn in the Juneteenth and Stocks 101, as well as how to do cover calls. And cover calls, I'm going to explain what they are real quick. So cover calls are almost like, I'm going to relate them to real estate. So let's say we're cover calls. So let's say I own a house, right? Now somebody comes up to me and they want to buy that house from me. So they want to buy this house from me. But they don't have all the money right now. So they put a down payment on that house and we sign a contract, and they have until a certain date in order to come back and buy the house from me. So I have until that day. Now, if they don't come back and buy the house from me on that day, then I keep the house and I keep the down payment. However, if they do come back, I still keep the down payment and they get the house. So that's kind of a basic way of how cover calls work. So that's also one of the strategies that we teach. We also teach a couple more strategies that I can't talk about or really go in depth on here with, but I will say this: we do have a private Facebook group that you will be able to join once you sign up for the course. And in that Facebook group, we give trades that you can do. Now, we're not telling you what to do. That is illegal. We are not financial advisors. We tell you what we are doing. We're just saying you can copy it. And then we also have Sunday coaching calls. And on those coaching calls, like I said, we go over those aforementioned strategies. And this also where you can ask questions and making sure you're understanding the information, not learning the information, but understanding. Because you can learn what 1 + 1 is, but you don't understand why 1 + 1 = 2.
That's right. That's right, man. That's so beautiful, because you have individuals that think 1 and 1 is just 11. You feel me? So it's great to have that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lion's Den. We got the truth on. And if you have a question or a comment, you can call, right? The number 618-792-6747. One more time, 618-792-6747. The lines are open, as you will, as they say. Matt, brother, so tell us a little bit about that Juneteenth. What was your goal?
You mean my goal as far as getting clients, or my goal for the whole?
Yeah, for getting clients. What was that goal? You talked about it earlier.
So my goal for Juneteenth was to get 200 clients, not customers, clients. I was trying to get 200 clients for my Juneteenth special in a week, make $100,000. Sadly, I did not hit that goal, but I did hit a milestone of making $18,000 in 72 hours.
Awesome. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? $18,000 in 72 hours. Bet you can't do that by yourself. Check this out. What if, and I'm just throwing this out there, what if you Because you can do that again. Couldn't you do that Juneteenth condensed version again? You could do that again?
Yeah, I could do that again. I'm not going to, but I can.
Okay. What would it take for you to do it again?
Shoot, nothing. I won't be doing the Juneteenth special for that price specifically, because the price at the time was $500.
Mm-hmm.
However, you still can take the Juneteenth class now if you want it.
Mm-hmm. And what's the difference in the price?
So the difference in the price is it went from $500 to now it's $779.
Okay, $779. Oh, we got a call. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hey, you on the Den? What's going on? Who is this?
Man, it's Herm, man.
Oh, Herm. You know what? I need to start looking down. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. Hey, I picked the wrong show not to be on today, huh?
What?
Hey, you let everybody know I wasn't fired from last week, right?
No, man, listen, because he couldn't read, ladies and gentlemen. He couldn't read.
Let him know I'm not fired, though, man. I don't want everybody thinking you fired me, dog.
No, you ain't fired. But what's up, bro?
Hey, but I do got a question for the truth, man. I'm over here blown away. You mentioned the Juneteenth special. Now, I hear about what your target goal was, but why that day? What made you pick that day to do the special? Was there a certain audience that you were looking to reach when you picked Juneteenth?
So the reason I chose Juneteenth is because, like Mr. Seth said earlier, is my objective to give back, especially give back to my community and the Black community, because my overall mission is to help over 1,000 people learn not only how to invest in the stock market, but also how to trade and be able to create financial freedom and generational wealth. Because that's one of the, I would say, the biggest, I don't want to say problems, but one of the biggest things we can build upon when it comes to the Black community.
Hell yeah, that's a problem. I said if you don't want to, shit, yeah, it's a problem. Anyway, my fault. Go ahead.
Hey, so one thing I got off of this, I mean, the first thing I'm doing is deleting my daughter's TikTok and making sure she get her focus on, hey, Christian, continue to do your thing. I'm still watching, man. Big fan. All right, y'all.
All right, for sure. Yo, yeah, man. And you know what? You said something that made some sense, but the reason why I want to emphasize that as being an issue is because, man, we don't like to talk about it, but we don't know about money until it's too late. You feel me? So, like, for example, my mother, she passed away last year. And what I can say that I appreciate is the fact that she always thought about my sister and I. You understand? So anything that she did, she made sure we was good to go. When you see things on Facebook and an individual say, hey, so-and-so died, but we need a GoFundMe, that's poor planning. You feel what I'm saying? So the least you can do is set yourself up at least for some insurance, life insurance. You get what I'm saying? So that, not only do I have to mourn, now I got to go broke. You get what I'm saying? I now have to go in debt. So by understanding money, that is an issue. That is a major, major issue. Will, what you got, bro?
Hey, True. You spoke earlier about the older folk, right? So this is where I'm leaning on your wisdom, your innovative thought process as to how can you engage kids your age to draw them into what you're doing. This is an OG asking the young G, how do you reach people your age?
Yeah, because obviously I'm missing it. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, how do you talk to him? Because if like the most conversations I have with my son for real is with my thumb. You dig it? And obviously my mouth been out of line for a minute, but still most of our conversations is like this. So how would you suggest me, Will, and the rest of our, I don't know what they call them, millennials and Xers, anyway, the old folks, the 80s babies and before, how do we connect with the youth when it comes down to important things like that? What would you suggest?
I would say when it comes down to, well, not financial literacy, but learning about finances and how to effectively, use them, I would say as far as connecting, you gotta be able to give them that picture of being able how to do it, and not only how to do it, but they can do it too, and be able to see more so what do they plan on doing it or what could they possibly achieve with doing this. Now, yeah, example, I know, let's say I have an 11-year-old client. He's a huge sneaker nerd, like a whole bunch of sneakers, likes video games, something like that. So let's say a whole bunch of video games. So I'm going to go up to him and be like, well, you know, I can show you how you can get your money back from those companies that you're buying video games from. So therefore, you can take that money and then go buy more video games and then do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Hold on 1 minute. Yo, we got a caller. How you doing? You on the Lions Den. Who's this?
This is Lisa Howard.
Hey,
I
what's
am
going
a
on?
client of I'm a client of Christian Jones's The Truth.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
I was listening to the call and I heard the question about how do you get kids to relate. And it's interesting because I met Christian Jones. I have a comment rather than a question. I met Christian Jones's mother doing her makeup, and she told me about her son. And when she told me what he's doing, I asked, can he teach my kids? At the time, I'm sure Christian remembers, my kids were not into finance. They were into girls and football and all of that.
See,
but
told
what
you.
they related on was money.
There we go.
Everybody understands turning money.
Mm-hmm.
So when my kids came in, you know, they were in different social groups than Christian. He could vouch for that, but they played football together. And when my kids came in and they saw that someone else their age could do it, they started to pay attention. They learned, I think we were one of the first people that Christian taught. And they learned, and then they learned enough to teach us, which I thought was really amazing because it was so simplified. So I hope that anyone that's on this call, and I'm going to let you guys go, but I hope that anyone that's on this call definitely takes serious consideration into what he is saying, because my children at the time were the same age as Christian, and they both were able to pick up the information and relay it to someone else. And that's something you can't put a dollar amount on.
Wow.
You really cannot.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yo, man, that's dope. And you know what? I think I did. Me and her, we talked to her before. So, and she vouched for you, like, for real, man. Like, that was very, very monumental for her, man, and her kids. And so, yeah, that's dope, man, being able to connect. And I will try that. I will. But you said something that made a lot of sense. We have to be able to educate ourselves first. You feel me? Like, I can't tell you what you need to do and how to do it if I don't do it, or if I don't know how to do it. You get what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's real dope, man. Hey, but going into your award show, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that award show.
All right. So for those of you that might have not heard, I do have an award show, and it's called Truth Playmakers. And what the award show entails is where I honor 17 amazing African-American youth, all doing their own thing. Like I said, super dope, super amazing. And not only is it an award show, but it's also a networking event. Now, why do I say it's a networking event? The reason I say that is because I invite what I call VIPs, and I guess you could say those are like the big names or big movers and shakers in their industries, and the whole award show allows us not only for, I'm gonna say the kids, but my peers to be recognized, but also allows us to all come together as a community and see how we can possibly work together and build each other up. So it's a whole experience more so.
All right. So what's your plans for the next one?
So my plans for the next one are, so I have had my first one last year back in 2019. Sadly, we weren't able to do it, well, obviously this year because of the whole COVID situation. However, for my plans for next year, I do plan on doing a similar theme. However, I will say this, I also have a nonprofit called under the same name, Truth Playmakers. And in that nonprofit, it's similar to, I'm gonna go more in depth to the 1,000, I wanna have 1,000 people. And it's where I go around the country speaking to underprivileged Black youth on how they can possibly get started with investing and how they can get possibly started with trading and finances overall. And the reason I tend to, lean to underprivileged is because I know a lot of people, especially as Black people, we tend to rely on maybe sports as our way out or as a way for us to provide for our families. However, there are so many different factors that could possibly go wrong with sports. And I won't say it's a plan B because I will never diminish somebody else's dream. However, I will say this, that I want to teach athletes as well that so they won't end up leaving the league and be basically tossed to the side with no money and still haven't really went anywhere. They were rich, but they weren't wealthy. So I want to show them how they can show them how to invest. And they don't have to necessarily learn how to trade, but at least how to invest and use the money that they're making in the lead, or maybe from their side job or whatever they're doing, whatever level, because this is from middle school, elementary to high school, college, NFL, and make whatever money they're making and be able to flip that money and turn that into, more money and make their money work for them. They're not working for money. So they have something not only to rely on, but a skill that can continue to teach to other people in their family, therefore creating generational wealth.
Mm-hmm. So we had a little conversation before as far as sponsorship. Remember that?
Sir.
Mm-hmm. What was the conversation about?
So the conversation was you wanted to sponsor Truth Playmakers.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, 2021, the Lions Den will be their first sponsor. Okay? As a matter of fact, we go clap for our damn self. Yeah. But no, seriously, it's dope. We got to do that. But before we go into that, I want to also let everybody know that we thank you for your donations for the books, for the Village. I want to get with you, Christian the Truth, up here, because we had a great show a couple of weeks ago with the Village, and we were able to donate, man, how many books? We got about 56 different books that's going to that location. And the Village is an organization, nonprofit organization, that helps young men and mentor young men your age. You get what I'm saying? So I want to thank you all that donated, that gave books and everything, and they're going to go to them in the next few days. I forgot I was getting my teeth situated, so I couldn't go. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm getting there. However, we want to make sure we support our brothers, our sisters, and also individuals that's doing it. Age does not matter as long as you getting it. So when I heard about you, my heart was like, boom, this is it. You get what I'm saying? This is it. And even though you are a prodigy, it's necessary, but there's others like you that we need to help lift up, because we put too much emphasis on, put on your earmuffs, on bullshit, you feel me? And we don't tap into the gifts of individuals that really understand, or that understand the numbers, right? And things that truly matters when it comes down to generational wealth or wealth in general. You get what I mean? So it's our responsibility, as far as the Den and anybody else that's watching, to make sure that you help lean in when it comes down to the youth that's doing something. Because if you just sitting there talking crazy like, the youth ain't what they used to be, or these little young bucks ain't doing nothing, you got proof. You got proof, and the proof is the truth. The truth is doing it. So now the question is, what are you gonna do? So what we're going to do is we're going to stay in real good cahoots, and we want to make sure we have it accessible for individuals that want to help that program and to get you where you need to be, because ultimately it's helping other people. You know, the things that you're doing now is going to go everywhere. What you got, Will?
Hey, Christian, I know you had to talk to a lot of people. So from your experience, what has been your hardest sell? Who just couldn't get it, didn't want to get it, but you ultimately end up breaking through to them with your information?
Or is it the older folks, right? Is it the older folks that don't want to hear it coming from you? Listen, wait, before you answer that, when Herm told me, like, yo, man, hey, I got somebody, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool, what's up? And he was like, yeah, here it is, here's his picture. And I'm like, where's that? I'm like, what's this? I'm looking for somebody, a grown man. I'm like, bro, if you don't, this Webster, bro, if you don't get this dude on my phone, right? He was like, wait, no, man, hear me out. Real talk, I'm gonna keep it 100. But when he explained to me what you did, and also Lisa, right, talked to them, I'm like, yo, this is dope. Because being real, it wasn't instantaneous. Like, I was just on board. I had to get over myself. You understand? And my thought process that someone has to be older to be able to tell me something, and that's some crap. So to his question, right? Who was it that was that hard to, crack that egg that finally got it?
I would have to say it would be the older people.
See? We got problems. We got problems, but go ahead. What your mama say? Did you say it?
Yeah, she agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a student or a client that was has a doctor's degree, and I think she was probably the hardest. She wasn't coachable.
See? Yes.
And I think it was just that title that she had, and his age. And I told him, he knows that going into business, he faces a lot of ageism versus racism. So he has another ism going against him.
She had a doctor's degree, and she didn't want to. She couldn't open up to you.
Nah.
And he has several people with doctor's degree. He has lawyers in there. He has his own accountant. He has several people on it in his class. So they're not. You got to leave your ego at the door when it comes to getting money.
Yes. Wow. Ain't that a blip? Hey, but look. So did you end up getting with her though, or did she just say, "No, I'm straight"?
Nah, she kind of did her own thing.
Now, have you followed up with her ever since, or you just cut her loose?
Nah, I kind of let her do her own thing.
Good. That's another thing, too, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to understand this, okay? Look, sometimes you got to let the fools go. Not saying she's a fool. Don't get me wrong, and no discredit to her, but look, like your mom said, she wasn't coachable. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be coachable if you want to get it. Remove your ego, because that will kill you. It can become an anchor. You feel me? And you can't go anywhere. I need to say, yo, Scoop, talking to myself, you don't know that. You don't know what this young man is trying to teach you. You probably mad because you wish you knew it when you was 13, low key, right? Yeah, I did. Now that I'm 40, I'm like, yo, if I knew this when what I'm talking about, I would have been all over Facebook. You feel me? Probably owning it. But now I have to realize that someone gets it. You know what I mean? Someone gets it, and I need to humble myself to say, all right, I need to listen. So a doctor, man, that's a shame. That is a shame, man. But you're doing great things. And listen, we want to make sure that we give you your just due. Where can individuals find you at? On you said you're on Instagram, right?
Yes, sir.
You ain't got a MySpace like Herm. Herm still got MySpace, but you ain't got a MySpace.
I already got Black Planet still.
Yeah. What's your name on Instagram?
At the Truth 2024.
All right. Let me see. Go make sure we put this on here. Foots, you got it. At the Truth 2024, right?
Yes, sir.
Bet that, man. Well, that's dope. And so their individuals can be able to get your course and hit you up if they got any questions on there?
Yes, sir. Also be learning how to invest, but you will be learning some tips for those of you that might already invest a little bit, trading. You will be learning tips, knowledge, articles, all of that. Learn about me. So go ahead and go there. You're going to like it.
Just go ahead and go there. I'm friend you. It's what friend me and you friend the back type of thing. All right. That's what it is, man. We love it, man. We love it. So if you had one thing that you would like the audience to know about you as Christian, what would it be?
I would say the one thing is that I'm telling the truth.
Good.
I'm telling the truth.
Good ass.
I love it. I love it, man. And we're going to give you, man, we're going to really look out for you as much as we can. And Michael Howard is on there. He said he was an example of a skeptical at first, right? You know, Michael. But the deal is, man, we have a responsibility. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a responsibility to really take care of our youth. All right, brother, you are extremely intelligent, smart. You're a light, but you also have a target on your back. You do know this, right?
Sir.
Say it again. You know it?
Sir.
All right. So it's your responsibility to keep doing what you're doing, but it's our responsibility to make sure we we arm you and protect you. You get what I'm saying? Just like individuals need to be coachable to understand how to work with money, keep your ears and your heart open, right? Understand what your mother tell you, other mentors that's trying to tell you to like how to maneuver through this crazy time, because it's out of line right now. This is wild. Take a snapshot of history right now and understand what you are living right now. Okay, this is crazy. So when individuals are really looking out for you and trying to get you there, just hold them close. All right, these are some trying times, but we go get it, right? Hey, what J. Cole? Is it J. Cole? No, it ain't Kendrick Lamar. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right, right?
I think it was Kendrick.
Huh?
I think it was Kendrick.
It is. There it is. We gonna be all right. Don't you believe it?
Huh?
What your mama say? What you say, mama?
Oh, okay. Bet. Now y'all don't love this. Hold up.
What she say? What's up?
Guess what? This is not gonna happen again either.
What's not?
We're doing another. Well, it's gonna be called Juneteenth because we already have it set up. But we're doing another Juneteenth special. Just for the Lions Den.
What? Shut up, man. Listen, see, that's why your mama was there. She told you, boy, she telling you how to hustle. You ain't get it. Look at you. You want to do it, but you go do it. And you know what make it so bad? What make it so good? You may actually hit that goal now. You feel me? See? Come on, man. You got to
help me. Come on. You know you want to.
See? Yo, did y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He got this. He's gonna do it again for the Lions Den. That's what's up, man. God bless you. Because listen, we got a lot of folks out here, and I'm sure you know about money, right? We are the number one consumers. You know this. Our buying power is 1.3 trillion, right? But we're only 13% of the population in the United States. That's a problem. You feel me? So it's imperative that we know how to use our own buying power. So explain to us the specifics, man. What's the special going to be about?
All right. So I guess I said earlier, but So the special, you'll be learning how to invest in the stock market. You'll also be learning how to make money whether the stock market goes up or down. So basically, you'll be learning options. And with this special, for those of you that are interested in this, in the special, it will be $500 for this. It will only last for the next, Sunday?
Hold on, wait. Look, check it out. Let me just throw this out there. Think about this. I know it's Sunday, but I don't know if you heard of the blackout dates. Anybody told you about blackout dates?
No.
Okay. So look, blackout dates is from the 1st to the 7th. All right. This is when individuals get a chance to really donate and purchase by individuals of African descent, if you understand what I'm saying. So think about it right now. You can set a window, right? But that'll be a good time to do it if that's what you want to do, between the 1st and the 7th of July.
All right, we can do that. We'll do that.
Sound good?
Yes, sir. Also, I will say this as well. So when we're setting up the special, for those of you, again, that are interested in signing up, again, the special will start on the 1st of July through the 7th, like he just stated. And the coupon code in order to sign up to make sure you get the discount will be #LionsDen.
Oh, look at this boy. I'm about to write it out. Lions Den. There you go. Foots, you got that, man. This is dope, man. Hey, thank you, though. Thank you. So we're going to make sure we pump this hard because individuals need to know this, man. This is real dope. And man, no, we really want to thank you, man. We got some plans for you, seriously. And thank you, mama. You still back there?
I'm still here.
Oh, well, look, we about to give it. Hey, shout out to you, mama. Yes, thank you for raising and guiding and molding and continuing to ignite a special young man, right? The timing is impeccable right now, and I'm sure you guys understand that, but it's one thing to understand it, it's another to feel it, and right now we need it. You get what I'm saying? We need it. And I promise you, man, when we was talking about having you on the show, I was talking about, you know, folks are so worried about the stimulus check, but we really need to be stimulating our minds, right? How do you stimulate your mind? How do you use that money if you would? Now, don't get me wrong. Some people need that money, obviously, to take care of what they need to take care of, right? But if you do have some to play with, so to speak, why don't you use that to invest in yourself? This is time. This is time.
Well, yeah, go check out his Instagram. Trust me, he got receipts for days, testimonials for days, where he's making literally $400 or $500 in 15 minutes.
No more skeptics.
Wait, you said how much in how much amount of time?
15 minutes, you can easily make $500. It's really not that hard.
If y'all don't shut your mouth, listen. Shout out to you and shout out to them crazy folks out there that's doing this money loom thing. Hey, Christian, you heard? Hey, what'd you say, Mama? Tell them about the money loom. Is it out of line?
It's out of line. It doesn't even make sense. You up here recruiting people and taking advantage of people, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
When other groups do it, they keep it in the family. You don't go out recruiting people.
See, exactly. You know what? We're gonna leave that alone because I know we have some people in there, you know, that's feeling a little butthurt about the loom thing, right? Even though this has been around since the 60s. This ain't nothing new. They just changed the name and then put it on Cash App. Dummy, it's the same thing. But anyway, listen, man, we love you, man. Thank you for being on. Will, what you got, man? Last word for the truth.
Last words is, young man, I'm proud of you. As a young black man, I am proud of you. Just know that you are walking example for not just those that are younger, but those that are also older. So you're walking in your blessing. Continue to do so. Continue to appreciate and embrace your mother's wisdom, her guidance, and just know that, hey, this is just the beginning for you. Thank you for being on. And like I said, but I'm proud of you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Most definitely. And you know what? I don't got nothing else to say, man. This has been an honor, seriously. And we've had individuals on, you know, but this right here, this hits home. All right. This really hits home because, like I said, I have a son as well. And you give me a little bit more of hope, if that makes sense, right? Like it's possible to receive more from the future. All right. We need that. Hey, Mama, you got any words for us before we going off the air?
Oh, your kids are your greatest investment and they're your greatest asset. So even if you have your own business, utilize them because that's also a tax write-off. So and you're also teaching them, watching you. You know, I can't teach him how to invest and I'm not investing. I'm not doing, walking that walk. So, as parents, we have to be the example, but we also have to believe in them. And whatever their dream is, have their back and go just as hard for them in business or arts or whatever it is as we do sports.
Yes. Man. Yo, true testimony there. I mean, that's yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And I promise you I can hear my mother right now saying the same thing. Right. And I didn't get into, a little later, but I got it. But think about it. There's individuals that refuse to get it. Right. They fight you from getting. And we talked about this before. But hey, Kristen, you ever heard of SOS?
I've heard of. I know the name.
SOS. It stands for Stuck on Stupid. Check it out. Look. You gonna have some folks that's gonna be so stuck on stupid, they gonna fight you to stay stuck on stupid. Like those skeptics, nah, listen, let them go, right? My mama used to say, baby, why you wasting your breath talking to a fool? Because they stuck on it. They don't want to let go of it. You get what I'm saying? So, hey, we want to make sure that we highlight you. We're going to put this up. I'm going to make sure I mix this down quick so the world can hear it and so that we can help promote you and put this where it needs to be so you can get that mark. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard him. He did this live on the air. He didn't want to do it, but his mama told him to. But we're going to do this again, right? We're going to have the Lion's Den special. This young man is going to teach you how to make money and probably, $500 in less than an hour. Man, yo, where can you go and do that on your 9 to 5? See, can't do that.
Legally.
Legally. Watch out now. Hey, and look, Legally. Hey, stay off the corner. Stop trying to sell crack. It's an 80s drug. Leave it alone. But yo, we want to thank y'all for joining the Lion's Den. We're going to holler at you soon. We appreciate everything that you're doing. Make sure you follow and share. Please make sure you follow and share. If you haven't shared, shame on you. But make sure you share. We love you, and we will see y'all soon. We holla.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure to listen to the show on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and Radio Public, where you can subscribe, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you like or dislike this episode, we'd appreciate your feedback on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lionscast. Check out the book, The Black Collar Mindset, The Art of Strategic Thinking, on Amazon, or www.theblackcollarmindset.com, a manual to maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable. Tune in next week for another episode of The Lion's Den with Seth.